Boom, you looking for this?
The Batman, long-awaited movie directed by Matt Reeves himself.
Yes.
Some big,
Iconic.
Very iconic. Some big characters, or the main characters in this, are Robert Pattinson as the Batman, as we all know.
Yes.
Very excited for, and we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman.
Mm-hmm.
Selena Kyle. We'll get into all this later, but we'll just list them now. Paul Dano as Riddler. Jeffrey Wright as Gordon, and Colin Farrell as Penguin.
Yes, and basically this movie is, and to give a little summary, is a Batman, a two year in Batman who is trying to better Gotham City because Gotham City is an absolute crap hole. I mean, and that's the
putting it lightly.
Yeah, that's putting it lightly, and you'll see in the movie, but that's Batman's mission. But I think first what we need to talk about is character performances. I think that's absolutely instrumental to this movie's success.
I'll say this: someone I didn't really we didn't mention in the listing the characters is Andy Serkis.
Oh yes,
I think I was kind of skeptical of him being cast as Alfred.
Yeah.
Before the movie, and even a little ways into the movie, I was like, Andy Serkis. I guess I couldn't unsee him as Claw.
Yeah, he just doesn't look like an Alfred figure.
Yeah,
you know? He doesn't. Like Michael Caine from The Dark Knight, like he just looks like Alfred. He looks like a British.
Yeah, see, that's where I was at. But by the end of the movie, I was like, this man's Alfred.
Oh, he is Alfred, dude. He is indeed Alfred. But another standout character to me, honestly, was Jeffrey Wright as he's not Commissioner Gordon yet, so he's just Captain Gordon.
Oh, dude, phenomenal.
And I think it goes just to say, like, in order to understand this movie, you have to understand Gotham. Because without understanding truly how awful Gotham is, you can't understand any character in this movie. Because and it hammers it home, and we're, no spoilers, by the way, but like the movie really tries to hammer home just how bad Gotham is. Like in previous movies, obviously, like in The Dark Knight, like, you know, Gotham's bad, you know, it's kind of like, man, you know, but it's got some good spots.
They convince you in this movie.
In this movie, right out the gate, dude, they're letting you know Gotham is the worst place you could be. Literally, anywhere else is better. And so, the reason Jeffrey Wright stands out as Gordon to me is, you know, typically Gordon is, to try, like optimism, but in this Gordon is just so done. Like, and he's done with everything.
And you gotta respect the work he puts in. Once you see the movie, you're like,
oh yeah,
the place he's living and what he's doing, you gotta respect it. And he portrayed that phenomenally.
Oh, any fans of Lieutenant Gordon in the Dark Knight trilogy I think you'll enjoy this Lieutenant Gordon as well. The next character we got is Penguin. Colin Farrell. A lot of people are saying looks nothing like Colin Farrell, and I can agree. It does look. I mean, he's in the
like an actual penguin.
Yeah, he really does look like an actual penguin. But what'd you think about Colin Farrell as Penguin?
I didn't really have many expectations for him coming into this, but I think he did a good job. Really, dude, I think they nailed every role in this movie.
Oh, for sure. And I didn't think Penguin would be as big as he would have as big of a role as he did in this movie. I mean, that's no spoilers, but he has a pretty big role.
Yeah, I kind of thought he'd be like a lead up to if we get a second.
Yeah,
movie.
exactly. That's what I was thinking too. But just his Penguin, and we've seen that chase sequence with him and Batman in the trailers, and he's like, I got you. But I don't know, like, just he felt like very. I like you said, every character in this movie just felt well casted. Like they hit the mark with every character to me.
Yeah, and another one that they nailed on the head was Paul Dano as Riddler.
Yeah, and we're not going to talk much about Riddler because there's a lot not known about Riddler.
It's a mystery. He's the Riddler.
And so having seen it a little bit early, we don't want to give anything away, but just know that. He's everything that the trailers made him to be, and 10 times more. Like, he's he's not like a villain, though. And that's the way to really look at him. He's just an absolute freak.
Yeah.
Like a psychopath.
Yeah, he is. And they make you feel his presence, and the way Paul Dano
Oh,
acted as him, he did a good job. You feel his presence in the movie even when he's not there.
100%. And there's something right at the beginning of the movie. There, one of the first scenes, I think. You'll see the Riddler and you'll immediately know why he is going to be a good villain. But we've been holding off a little bit long for this.
The man himself.
And if you sorry about my voice, by the way, I sound like a 40-year-old smoker. If you watch any of our previous videos, you know that we said that Robert Pattinson would be a better Batman than Christian Bale. Not a lot of people. Actually, we didn't get a lot of hate for it. Not really many people even acknowledge that. But
and let me tell you, I don't think we'll get hate for it after this movie either.
No,
seeing his performance.
We were watching this with a diehard Bale fan, and he came out and no hesitation. He's like, "Yeah, Pattinson's the best Batman." And I think they, like you said, with every character, they hit the nail on the head with Pattinson. And I don't think really that the internet has interpreted his character as being a little bit moody and broody and, kind of more on the depressed side. Obviously Batman is like that, but then you get like Bruce Wayne. But I love the way that Bruce Wayne was in this movie. I love the way that Batman was in this movie. It felt consistent with the tone of the movie to me.
I agree, yeah. And a lot of people have been saying there wasn't much Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
It was probably 90% Batman. But
yeah.
But it doesn't feel like it's that unbalanced. Because
not at all.
when he was Bruce Wayne, I feel like he delivered.
Oh, for sure.
So it's not like I didn't feel like I was lacking any Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, and for those of people who think, and obviously I think Bale has, in the comics as well, but Bruce Wayne being an affluent billionaire, like, of course he's going to have this public persona that's quite different than, the way he acts as Batman. But you'll see in the movie, especially as you watch, if he were to be anything but the way that Pattinson acted, like, if he would have been anything but moody or broody, it would have just felt completely weird.
Oh, yeah.
Because like we said at the beginning, to preface the characters, Gotham has taken a toll on every single one of these characters.
Yeah, the tone of the movie, it wouldn't have fit if he would have been, like a bubbly Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And so the way Robert Pattinson acted, it was just perfect.
And his Batman is just really good, dude. I felt the fear of Batman while watching that movie. I did.
Yeah, because that's the thing, dude. It felt more realistic than anything we've seen. Like this.
Oh, don't get us wrong. There are some unrealistic moments, and you'll notice them.
Yeah.
But in general, like I heard some people saying that this felt like a guy with pads on. No, dude. Like this, like it just felt like a guy with pads on going out and just fighting crime. No. Like, it felt like a legit mythological character. Just every time he stepped foot in the scene, I felt that fear.
That's what I'm saying.
The characters were feeling.
In the way they shot the action scenes,
yeah,
it was well choreographed. I mean, it just felt very realistic, and that's, I think, that was a big theme too in the movie.
And then the last character, the standout character, probably in a lot of people's books, I think Robert Pattinson was the best character. I think he played Batman really well. But a lot of people are really pleased with Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman and Selena Kyle. And I think she did a great job as well.
Yeah, she's got some stiff competition with people who've played Catwoman in the past.
Michelle Pfeiffer and then
Halle Berry.
Yeah, and Anne Hathaway, so she does have some
That's some big actors right there, but I think she delivered, fantastically.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And her character wasn't as one-dimensional as Batman's is. She's got a little bit more of not like a bubbly side, but more of a jokester side.
Yeah.
Kind of. And so she's got more dynamic to her character. But overall, like, I thought her Catwoman was really played well. Selena Kyle was played well. But although, like you said, we don't really get to see them as their alter egos much. It's mainly Batman and Catwoman. That's mainly what it is.
And they were good together, too. Pattinson and Kravitz on screen together.
Yeah,
you could tell there was good chemistry there, acting together.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it was amazing. It was the characters made this movie.
Oh, dude, like we've been saying, they nailed the casting.
Oh, for sure. And so this leads us into the movie overview as a whole. Like, so the plot basically, as the trailers as showed us, is that the Riddler is taking out leaders of Gotham City one by one. He starts, it's been confirmed that he's taking out the mayor in the trailer. So he takes out the mayor, he's taking out other leaders in the city. And so it's up to Batman basically to deduce what is the Riddler's ultimate goal. And we had a little bit of a problem with the plot in terms of pacing. What did you think about that?
I wouldn't necessarily call it a problem. It was, to me, it was necessary.
Yeah.
Because this is the first we've seen of this whole world. Where there was no movies before it. This is the first one, the first time any of these characters have played who they are.
Yeah.
And hopefully not the last, but
hopefully not.
So they had to do some necessary world building at the beginning, and that kind of caused it to be slower. They had to develop some story. I mean, I guess you could see that as a complaint, but if you look at it a different way, I mean, they had to do it to make it satisfactory later on in the movie.
It's almost like, so the movie started and it's going through, it's Robert Pattinson giving a voiceover about, random stuff about Gotham City as a whole. And so you're checking your watch, you're like, when's this movie finally going to get daggum started? And then when it gets started, you're like, I hope this movie doesn't end. Like, that's really, I remember checking my watch and being like, oh, we have like an hour left. Come on. I need something to happen. Like, I don't want it to end on a cliffhanger. So.
Yeah, there was a lot of twists and turns in it. And we talked about this before, the trailers. If you're thinking, the trailers, man, I've seen half the movie with what's in the trailers now.
You've seen about like maybe an hour.
Yeah.
That leaves you 2 hours completely in the dark. You're gonna be, if you like the trailers, you're gonna like the movie, I think.
Oh yeah.
But I also felt like the plot was very grounded. It kind of had to be, because it is very much its own story. But I thought it was well grounded, and I thought it was very sequential. Like, there was nothing that seemed out of place. Yeah. And I think that's kind of just like the benefits of being a story where you're deducing each crime one by one, and each crime leads to the next crime.
Yeah.
So it felt very sequential and very rewarding. So each time you learn something about this person, then now you're going to learn something else about this person that built on top of what you learned about this. So it just felt very sequential to me.
Yeah, that does make the resolution pretty rewarding at the end, yeah.
And then a lot of people are excited to see this movie for the detective work of Batman. We haven't really seen a detective Batman since The Dark Knight, or maybe really The Dark Knight Rises, but...
and that's probably the biggest part of the movie is detective work.
Yeah, and if this movie cuts out anything, it cuts out a little bit of action for the sake of detective work, but it's also, like, you can tell Batman is intelligent as all get out.
Oh, yeah, I love that, dude. Me personally, that's probably... I like where they went in that direction.
Yeah.
Like, the viewers and Batman were figuring these things out together.
Yeah, I know, and even at the end of all of the things that he solved, he's still lost. And so it leaves, like, there's very much a sense of, in the audience, like, okay, I see what Riddler's doing. I understand kind of what he's going for, but how in the world does this all tie together? And then whenever you figure out how it all ties together, you figure it out just as Batman figures it out. So it's really rewarding and interesting. But I think like just his detective work in general, he uses some really cool tech to do some detective work. You'll see it. You've probably heard of it. I think I heard a leak about it before, but if you haven't heard of it yet, it's some really cool tech that he uses. And then finally we get into the action. The hand fights were they were really good.
Oh, phenomenal.
And it didn't feel, like you said, it didn't feel too over the top. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and somebody that we were watching with pointed this out. It's a 1-2 punch done. Like, he's not going hand to hand with these people who keep on getting back up. No, he's not pulling his punches at all.
That's the thing with it being realistic too. I mean, this man, he packs a punch.
Oh, he does indeed pack a punch.
He's swift, man. He's got prowess. He hits you, you're down.
Oh yeah, there's this one scene where he jumps in and he does like a barrel roll, takes out 2 people, and hops up immediately and just jack slaps this one dude. Like, it was awesome to watch.
Yeah, the action scenes were phenomenal.
And then finally the Batman, in terms of action scenes, the Batmobile chase scene. There's one Batmobile chase sequence mainly in this movie.
That was my favorite part of the movie.
It was very well choreographed. It didn't, like, and we heard some other people saying that it didn't feel overly CGI either. Like, it felt pretty. It felt real.
Yeah, like we've been saying about the whole movie, man. That's how it gets you involved in it.
Oh yeah,
like you're involved in the plot, and then the thing is, the action scenes don't take you out of it. Like, man, that can never happen.
Yeah, exactly.
You're involved in the plot, this happened to some movies. You're involved, action scene.
Yeah, no, like say, like in Fast and Furious, like you'll be involved with the plot, and then it'll be like somehow the cars go into space. You're like,
yeah, but the action sequences never take you out of the movie.
Oh no, not at all, not at all. Even this Batmobile chase felt very real and grounded, and the way it starts, by the way, just gave me chills, dude. Like Batman's on the ground, and they're coming to find him, and he just disappears, and then you just hear the engine rev, and the chase starts. It was so good.
It's phenomenal.
So good. So I guess this leads us to our verdict. And, you know, having gone through a little bit, I mean, this is very much topical overview. We're going to have a spoiler review that's going to go much deeper into, like, our actual thoughts about the movie. That can get into a little bit more spoilery stuff. But what's your verdict on this movie?
Boomshot official verdict. Is this the first time we're doing this?
I think this is the Boomshot official verdict.
We'll be doing this at the end of all our spoiler-free reviews.
Yeah.
Hopefully
this will give you a guide kind of to whether you want to go watch the movie, whether you don't want to go watch the movie. With this movie, I think everybody's going to go watch regardless, but...
Yeah, but our official verdict out of 10 would be 9. 9 out of 10.
I said 9.5, he said 8.5, so we averaged it out.
9 out of 10. It's got some things you could nitpick.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
And as far as like enjoyment, like you said, it'd be a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But as far as like we're reviewing the movie,
the technical details, not just, you know, how much I enjoyed it, but there's actual technical stuff that we gotta pick apart.
Yeah. So as far as that, I mean, still there's not much. The whole movie itself, technical, directing, action. There's not much you can pick apart. You have to look very closely.
Exactly. And I think my favorite thing, and for those of you who haven't watched it yet, which would be a lot of y'all, whenever you watch it, you'll notice it. Just that I felt the fear of Batman. Like he felt, I don't know, he just felt very real to me. And they try to set that up from the beginning, and you'll see why. And I think a lot of people will like that, enjoy it. Like I feel like when people see Batman, they're scared, and you'll see it at the very beginning. So
yeah, it's a great movie.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it's the best Batman movie of all time.
I can't disagree with you.
I have no reservation saying that. Sorry, Dark Knight, but I think Paul.
Oh yeah, including the Dark Knight.
Yeah,
I kind of put that in a different stratosphere. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one.
It is indeed a tough one.
I don't know if I can go there yet. We're going to watch it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
When this video, when
this video drops, we'll be going to watch it again. So.
Yeah. So we'll see, man. We'll definitely be making more content, ranking the Batman movies, the actors.
Oh yeah, we'll be doing that again, and it's good movie. Good movie, and I think y'all enjoy it. We think y'all enjoy it, and thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.